Hi, welcome to the Active Self-Protection Extra channel. I'm Kaery, and I have one of my kiddos here with me. This is Annie Banani, also known as Annie Momo, and she's here to help, or just Annie's good too.
Yeah.
Annie is here. We're going to show you how we like to help our students lock the slide to the rear on any caliber of semi-automatic handgun. We'll do that when we come back.
This is not a paid endorsement, but I am a brand ambassador for Heckler and Koch for a reason. HK firearms are incredibly high quality, and when it's time to step up out of the entry tier, they're the only ones I recommend. You carry a gun just in case. Shouldn't it be an HK just in case?
Welcome back. So the very first thing I like to do when I am getting ready to teach one of my students how to lock the slide to the rear, I like to measure their grip strength and just see what they're dealing with, about how much grip strength do they have, and that'll kind of give me some clues and a little bit of insight. So I'm going to go ahead and measure Annie's grip strength right now. So we'll turn this on, Annie, and what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you hold it with your right hand and press out like you have your elbow bent a little bit if you want, and you're going to press and squeeze, or press and let go. You don't have to hold it or anything. Okay? All right, so go ahead. Got it? When you're ready. Good. Look at that. All right, now what I'd like you to do is I would like you to isolate your index finger like you were going to be holding a handgun, like that, and do the same thing. Nice. All right, and then now would you do your left hand, please? Terrific. All right, well, Annie, you certainly have more than enough grip strength to lock the slide to the rear, based on my experience working with people, which is awesome. So that'll be great. All right, so let's start with the 22 long rifle caliber, because that's a tiny little caliber, so it's much easier to lock the slide to the rear. The recoil spring is lighter because it's a smaller caliber. So before we handle these guns, let's just remind ourselves of the safety rules. Sound good? So first of all, I have checked the condition of all of these, but we're still not going to handle them any differently, right? So I can look into the chamber of each one of these, and I can also look into the magazine well of each one and tell that they're unloaded without even touching them, which is kind of handy, huh? Nice to be able to do that. So the very first thing I do when I pick up the gun to lock the slide to the rear is I pick up the gun like I'm going to shoot it. That's the only way I would ever pick up a handgun, is just like I'm going to shoot it. Now I'm going to put the slide forward so that we can lock the slide to the rear. Makes sense? So I'm going to put in an empty magazine, and I'm going to insert the empty magazine. I don't have to slam hard, and I just like to make sure that it's seated all the way, and it is. And then I roll the gun over, and I'm going to hold on to it with this hand, and I'm going to push forward with this hand. So I'm going to hang on and just push forward, and it locks to the rear. And then I eject that magazine again, and I look in the chamber and feel in the chamber, look in the magazine well and feel in the magazine well, and then I look away for a second, take a deep breath, and then I come back to it, and I look and feel, and now I'm confident that this is an unloaded handgun. Make sense? And there's two places that a semi-automatic handgun can be loaded, right? There can be ammunition or gas in the combustion chamber and in the gas tank. Right? So we just want to make sure we check both places. All right, so I am going to set this gun up for you with the slide. Let me get these out of the way for just a second. Give you a little bit more room here. All right, there we go. So the slide is forward. Why might somebody want to lock the slide to the rear on a handgun?
To check the condition.
To check the condition, because are you able to tell if this is a loaded gun or not? No. You can look and see, and you can even feel, no, there's nothing in the magazine well. Right?
But you don't know what's in the
But we don't know if there's anything in the chamber, do we? Good job, Annie. All right, so take your time, do it nice and slow. We didn't do the safety rules, sorry. So when you pick up the gun, you're going to want to make sure that we keep it pointed
in a safe direction.
In a safe direction, or in the direction of least consequence. And here at the range, it's going to be this way. Right? And then the other thing I want to make sure of is what?
My finger,
my nose picking finger, or I can pick your nose for you too.
High on the slide.
Good job.
Bent.
That's right. So it's going to be, my index finger is going to be at home on the frame of the pistol with a little bit of inward pressure. All right, go ahead. Take your time and make it happen. Empty magazine in. Good. And then, look at that. Was that hard? So go ahead and eject the magazine and check the condition of that gun. Good. Nice. And you can look and see and feel, look and see, and you're looking away and thinking of something good, and then you're going to go back to it and double check it one more time, right? Nice work, Annie. All right, so that was 22 long rifle. Do you think you can handle doing a larger caliber? All right, well, let's try a larger caliber then. Let me get this out of the way for us. All right, now let's get Hester. This is Hester Prynne, And I named her Hester Prynne because I felt like when I switched to her that I was committing adultery. So Hester Prynne is the protagonist in The Scarlet Letter, which is a book by Nathaniel Hawthorne,
Okay.
which you haven't read yet, but you will soon.
Okay.
And since you're in your high school years. So anyway, this is Hester Prynne. So Hester Prynne needs her condition checked. So I'm going to put the slide forward. And what would happen if you came upon a gun just like this? Now the magazine is inserted and the slide is forward and you need to check the condition of this gun. What are you going to do?
Nothing different because it's an empty magazine.
It is, and you saw me put an empty magazine in,
Yeah.
right? Good, all right. So, and if in a minute we'll do what would happen if you didn't know it was an empty magazine. So
Okay.
we'll do that in a minute. But you go ahead and do this one. Take your time, nice and slow. You remember where the magazine release is on Hester?
Here.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
All right, nice. So go ahead and eject Hester's magazine.
Okay.
Good job. Nice job getting your finger indexed again. Good. And you can set the magazine down
Okay.
and then check the condition of that gun for me.
Oh, yes.
Do your double, look and feel.
My finger fits
finger
in the
goes
thing
all the
too.
Look at your, this
Okay.
is like the little boy who stuck his finger in the pudding or something. And
Yeah.
there's a
right.
nursery rhyme about that. All right,
Yeah.
good. So you've checked and feel, you've done a check and feel. You know that that's an unloaded gun, right?
Yep.
Nice. Okay, so now, Annie, I'm gonna put some ammunition in this magazine.
Okay.
And what I'm gonna do is I am going to put some ammunition in the magazine, and I'm also going to put a round in the chamber.
Okay.
All right? So, are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up the gun, keep it pointed in direction of least consequence. My index finger is at home. I am going to insert my magazine and make sure it's fully inserted, and it is. And now I'm gonna put the slide forward. The slide is forward.
Okay.
All right? So now you are gonna check the condition of this firearm. Now here's the interesting thing. So I don't have an extra magazine. I mean, I do in my bag, but I'm not gonna get it out for you.
Yeah.
Because if you were ever at a friend's house or if something happened and somebody got out a gun, right, and
Yeah.
you were the oldest one, first of all, you wouldn't touch it, right? Let's say you had, actually, skip that stuff. It doesn't matter what happened. That's going down a rabbit trail. Sorry, Mr. John. That'd be a mess, wouldn't it? Why is that so funny, Annie?
Good job being yourself.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, so back to where we are. So, Annie, this firearm has a magazine inserted and it has a round in the chamber.
Yeah.
But pretend you don't know that.
Yeah.
Pretend this is a gun you just happened upon and you need to check the condition of it.
Okay.
So, how are you going to do that?
Going to pick it up. I'm going to eject the magazine.
Okay.
And I
And,
see it has bullets in it. I'm going to take out the bullets.
oh, you're going to remove the cartridges. I'll get those out of the way for you. From the magazine. So, now you do have an empty magazine.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
going to put the magazine in, so it's an empty
Yep.
magazine.
Oh,
and
look at
eject it,
that.
And then check the condition.
Okay. And you check the chamber. What else do you need to check?
Yeah, this.
Good job. Nice, Annie.
There we go.
Nice work, kiddo. Good job. All right, thank you very much. All right, now, Annie, let's see if you can. So that's, I mean, Hester's pretty easy to work with. She's had a lot of rounds through her. Let's try this one.
Okay.
This one is a gun that somebody gave us to see what we would think of it. And although the seems very nice, I'm not a fan of the sighting system on this one, so it hasn't had hardly any rounds through it at all. So it's going to be, it's tiny, so it's going to be a little stiffer. The recoil spring is going to be a little bit
Okay.
stiffer, so it might be harder to lock the slide to the rear, but I think you can do it. So I'm
Okay.
going to pick up the gun. I'm going to put the slide forward. I'm going to put in the empty magazine. And, oh, do you want me to put an empty magazine or you want me to put a magazine in with rounds in it? You don't have a preference. Oh, I know.
know how to unload it
I know.
either
Turn
way.
around. Turn around. I'm going to
Okay.
surprise you. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do, Annie. Poor Annie. Shall we try to trick her? Let's try to trick her. Don't listen, Annie. Don't listen. You have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay.
Good job. No
Follow
listening.
along.
All right. Annie, you are ready. So you have a firearm with a magazine in it and just a cursory look at this firearm. You have no idea whether it's loaded or not, right?
Yep.
Are you still going to treat it like a loaded gun?
Yep.
Good, but I need you to check the condition of it. So go ahead and do that now.
Okay.
Thank you, dear. Well, there's no tricking you, apparently. Oh, so did I have a round in the chamber on that one?
Nope.
No, I just
I'll
had
check
rounds in the
anyway.
magazine. Good job, Annie. Way to go, but you'll check anyway.
Yep.
Nice work. Way to go, kiddo. Good stuff. All right, now, Annie, I brought the Behemoth out. This right here is a .45 Winchester Magnum caliber. You can see how long the cartridges
Wow.
are.
Yeah,
A little bit different than our 9mm, right?
Yeah.
A little bit different. This is a big gun. Some people call it a bear gun. This is a, I'm not even exactly sure what it is, but anyway, once again, this is something that somebody shared with us. So this gun, it's hard to lock the slide to the rear the traditional way.
Yeah. it
Using
looks
the slide
hard.
lock lever, it's almost impossible. I can't actually do it with the slide lock lever. Daddy can, but I can't do it. So let's see if I can do it with the empty magazine method. So the slide's forward, empty magazine in, and I'm gonna make sure it's fully seated, and it is. And now I'm gonna hang on tight here. I'm gonna push forward with all my might. Okay, you ready? Okay, oh, look at that. So it locked. So now I'm gonna eject this. I'm gonna look and feel. Look and feel. Your index finger would probably fit in there, actually.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath, look, wait, look and feel, look and feel. All right, this is an unloaded gun. So do you want to try this one?
Sure.
All right. It's not going to be easy,
Yeah,
Annie.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, you got some good muscles on you, but it's not going to be easy. All right, there you go. Let's see if you can do it.
It's a heavy one.
45 Winchester Magnum. Can Annie lock the slide to the rear?
Okay.
Oh, what's going on now? What are you doing? Is it going to stay back? Hang on. Is it going to stay back for you right now? I psyched you out, didn't it? It will stay back?
Oh.
Aha. Good job, Annie. So listen.
I ejected it
to check it. Well, so Annie, there's nothing wrong about that. That was perfect. You did exactly what you should do. You ejected it, and here I'm yakking away in your face, right?
Yeah.
You didn't have a chance to think about what you were doing. I said, oh, Annie, it's going to be so hard. And you didn't think about your steps, right? But you figured it out, didn't you?
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Okay.
So you inserted your empty magazine. So you ejected the magazine because you wanted to make sure that it
There wasn't any bullets in
you
there.
want to make sure it was an empty magazine, right? Good. So you did that. Now you've got your empty magazine inserted, so go ahead. Oh my goodness. Look at that.
Yep.
Did you lock the slide to the rear on a 45 Win Mag?
Yeah.
Yes, you did. All right, when we get home, you better tell all your brothers.
I'm going to.
I locked the slide to the rear on Mommy's biggest handgun.
Yeah.
Way to go, Annie.
Awesome.
Nice job. So hopefully that'll help you when you're working with friends or students when you take them to the range. Do I want my students to only know how to lock the magazine to the rear with an empty magazine? No. I want them to learn how to lock the slide to the rear using the slide lock lever as well. But the truth of the matter is I've had countless students over the years who just simply don't have the grip strength to do that. And so they've been limited on the caliber of handgun, but using this empty magazine method, it opens up a world to them. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Hope to see you back next time. Bye.